Welcome to another video on cycling the Camino de Santiago, Camino del Norte. What bike should you use to do the Camino de Santiago by bicycle? Before we get started, don't forget, if you like this video, to hit the subscribe button. So without further delay, let's get started. So to start, I will say stick to a bicycle you know well. So if you are riding mountain bikes, try to do it with a mountain bike. If you are a road bike user, stick to a road or to a gravel bike. If you are an e-bike user, do not do it with a mechanical bike. I think there is little difference in terms of bike capabilities. I would say pick the bicycle that you feel more comfortable in riding for long rides. In my case, I chose a gravel bicycle because I knew I wanted to do some parts which probably amounted to a 10% of the entire route, which were not paved. And I wanted to have the freedom to be able to go off-road if I had to. Gravel bicycle also means, more often than not, a more comfortable ride and wider tires. I would say the most important thing is that the bicycle is comfortable, it has the right size, and you are comfortable riding it. Many people ask me whether you should bring your own bicycle or rent it. I guess it will depend on the type of bicycle you have available. So I decided to rent one instead. Just so you know, the Spanish Postal Service is providing an excellent shipping service for anybody willing to do the Camino de Santiago and having to carry their bicycle by mail. So don't forget to check that out. I did the Camino with a Focus Atlas 6.7. It's an aluminum bike with a carbon fork. It is not exactly what I would call a gravel bicycle, however, it made a very comfortable, a very good touring bike. The bicycle came with mud guards and it had a rack on the back. It wasn't exactly the ideal type of gravel bicycle, but it was a very sturdy and compliant bicycle which I was able to ride under heavy rain, both downhill and uphill, and also in some parts that were unpaved. So I had zero issues with this bicycle. The bicycle had a Shimano GRX gearing system with a 4630 combination in the front and an 1134 in the back. This combo gave me gearing options for all terrains and mountain profile I crossed. And I had zero issues climbing on some steep hills with the bags I had with me, which weren't exactly light. The tires were 37C wide. The bicycle behaved well on all sort of road conditions, being paved and smooth surface tarmac or unpaved mountain trails. However, the bicycle was fully rigid, and so at the end of the day I could feel on my shoulder, particularly not being my own bike but being a rental, that it was very rigid. So if you can choose, I would recommend an option that has some sort of suspension, specifically in the front. Whether a fork suspension or any suspension system built in the seat post or in the stem, but something that could absorb some of the shocks from the road. Last but not least, the bike came with mud guards. Because it rains a lot, it's really necessary if you don't want all your things to get super wet at the end of the day. So that's it. I would really have nothing against such a bicycle. I had a very safe and very comfortable journey to Santiago de Compostela. But really, any bicycle you're comfortable riding will be the right bike, assuming it is maintained well and it is packed appropriately. So here we are at the end of this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and see you on the road.